Relax. Take it easy. So there is nothing that we can relax.
Hello, everyone. I'm Claudia. On behalf of Stage 2, welcome to today's webinar entitled Take It Easy, Aula Digital Made Simple. Today, I am hoping to give you a guided tutorial through your project, the Hey You 5 project on Aula Digital, to give you some lights on how intuitive, how practical, and how user-friendly it really is. Let's do just that. Once you've opened the Hey You project on Aula Digital, this is what, at a first glance, it'll look like, okay? Right now, I'm going to start by explaining or just briefly exploring with you some of the resources we have here at the top, okay? So we're going to go through this horizontal line of publications and physical components of the project, okay? And we're going to start from the very beginning here, where we have these three very similar books, okay? And what are they? The first one is the interactive students book, okay? And this will be your best friend throughout the school year, okay? We're going to explore it in detail so that you can make the most of it throughout the school year, and we'll see that further ahead. Then we have the students book in digital format, okay? It's slightly different from the interactive format, the interactive students book, and that again we'll see further ahead. And then we have the teacher's book here, which includes all of the answers and exclusive teacher's notes on the side of the pages. We also have Kids Help here, okay? This first version with the answers at the bottom of the page. And then the second one is the projectable version that you can work with your students in class, okay? The interactive Kids Help is only available in the interactive students book, not here. We also have something new, which is the Hey You 5 inclusion book. We didn't have it before. And what this is basically is a very condensed book with some of the pages from the students book, but at a different level to respect your students' abilities, let's say. Okay, so it only has a couple of sections from the students book, but again, to guide, to help, to assist those students who may have lower abilities to do some of the exercises. I'm going to move further along to the right now. We have the workbook as well here. This is a projectable version for teachers to use in class. And we're also going to see that it has some wonderful features to explore and to help students after they've done the exercises. You can correct their answers one by one and not show all the answers at the same time. Okay, here it's possible for you to work with your students at the same time they're working, correcting their work slowly, one exercise at a time. Okay, we have additional activities here from the workbook, the stickers. I draw your attention to the teacher's file. It's also up here at the top, and we have this symbol here, PDF, which means that you can download everything directly in PDF format from here, okay? The teacher's file, also wonderful resources, but we will have a look at that further along. And then some additional resources from the Hey You 5 box are also available here for you to project in your classroom. So now that we've explored this area at the top, let's go further down. Okay, in this gray area here, we have Início, Recursos de Projeto, Recursos de Disciplina, Dossiê de Professor, and the classes here. And we're going to start with Início. And if you scroll a bit down, this Inicio, what does it bring us? It brings us shortcuts that are easy access to resources that teachers frequently use, okay? So for instance, starting here at planning, if you click in planning, you'll find all the documents that you need to organize your biannual or quarterly lesson plans, say. In assessment used a lot, you'll also find all of the tests available. So I clicked on the blue box, and here this is what you'll find. you will find here all of the tests available from the Hey You 5 project here. They're all editable, okay? You'll also find the rubrics. These are, again, organized in different files. If you go further down, this is the section where you'll also find the interactive tests, okay? And these interactive tests, all right, they can also be used to your advantage. In fact, all resources should be used to your advantage. Okay, let's say I wanted to explore the interactive test starter. Okay, just to say that it's possible to export this interactive test to a Word document. Okay, by clicking here. This icon here on the side, it helps you to copy this test to your folder, os meus testes, okay? So you can save it there, copy it to there. And this symbol here allows you to share. So you can share these interactive tests with colleagues, with students if needed, okay? And you will find them all here. Now, if I go back, continuing along the line of blue boxes, we'll also find this one here, this shortcut to multilingual resources, grammars, and tutorials. And just for you to have an idea, if you open it, here you're going to find the video helps, the grammar presentations, as you can see at the bottom here, the sentences, which is basically summarized explanations of grammar and vocabulary. And these are great resources, especially if you're dealing with international students. Okay, international students, it's a great support for them because it's worth mentioning here that these tutorials, these video helps, they all come in 4 different languages, okay, translated by professional translators, okay. They come in Portuguese, they come in Ukrainian, French, and Spanish, okay. And if you wish, when you are exploring these videos, you can also deactivate the subtitles if necessary, but we'll have a closer look at that later on. Let's go back to the blue boxes here, okay? I'm not going to look at each one individually, but I do want to come into the simulators because I think it's not only test and assessment and evaluation, there's a lot to be explored, and you can also do that while having fun. So here in the simulators, we have the first one, which is the interactive Big Ben, okay? And this is basically an interactive digital club that you can work with your students, okay? So even it can be used even to aid when students are talking about, for instance, their daily routine, okay? So you can use this clock and they can use it, and while they're talking about their daily routine, they can say, I have football practice at 3:30, okay? And another student can then come to the big clock and drag 3:30, the pointers here, okay? Drag the hands here, 6 and 3, or I normally have dinner at 7:15, okay? And it's just a different way to get students working. It's motivating and they really enjoy this. Another feature you have here is the interactive dice, okay? And here, for instance, you can have groups, you can have students into 2 groups, for instance, 6 on each team if you're doing an activity. And you can have students 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lined up on this team, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lined up on another team. And then you would roll the die, and number 3 means that each number 3 student from team A and team B has to go to the board to write the answer, for instance, okay? That is one way that you would use the interactive dice simulator here. You also have the random number generator, okay? If you want, let's say you have 28 students in your class and you want to randomly select someone to answer, for instance, student number 10 would have to answer, or student number 27 could come to the board and write today's lesson plan, for instance. Okay, and those are just some ways to use the random number generator. We also have the karaoke simulator, the recorder, okay, but we'll explore this further ahead. We'll have a look at how that can be used in the classroom. And then we also have the timer, okay? So let's say your students sometimes get distracted. Okay, well, guess what? We're going to set 2 minutes for you to do the next exercise with your partner, okay? So giving them and a lot of time to do an exercise so that they can also work on their time management skills. Okay, so this is what we have in the simuladores shortcut. Let's have a look at some more, shall we? So still working along this bar here, we're now going to leave Inicio and we're going to go to the project resources. And if I click here, what you'll find here at the bottom is a list of all of the resources in a summarized way and an orderly fashion. Okay, so if you scroll down here, you can find all the resources of the project here. Or let's say you're just looking for a game to use in class. You can go here at the top, look for a game, jogo, click here, and it will give you a list of the games, for instance, and you can do the same with others. So that's what you'll find in the Recursos Projeto subtab. Here you have the Recursos Disciplina, okay, and this is where you'll find everything and anything that you need for your 5th graders with regards to English, okay. And because you'll find so much here, sometimes it's just easier to simplify and go straight to what you're looking for. So for that, you can also use this here, the magnifying glass. You click on the magnifying glass, and let's say you want to work with the verb to be. Okay, the verb to be, enter, and at the bottom will appear all of the resources that are related to the verb to be, whether it be in the infinitive, in the affirmative, in the interrogative, in the negative. We have videos, exercises, interactive tests. They're all here. Okay, then we move along to the teacher's file. So everything that you have available in your physical teacher's file can also be found here for you to download, for you to edit. And then there is this new tab here at the end, which is Aulas, your classes, okay? And these are ready to use lesson plans, let's say, designed to make your lessons a lot easier. But I will be exploring this further along the project. So now that we've explored the front page of our Hey You 5 project on Aula Digital, we're going to have a closer look at what I had mentioned at the beginning, the interactive student's book and the digital format of the student's book, okay? And I'd like to start with the digital format, okay? It is the second one here, so I'm going to click on that. And I'm going to page 34 because I want to explore Unit 2. And this can be done in 2 ways. So here we have some ideas that students can carry along here, a task. I can show students just a single page, or if I go here at the top, I can click here and we can view both pages, okay, double page format together. But there's also a new feature that I would like to draw your attention to, which is this symbol here at the top. This little icon, it says Leitura Assistida, so it's a reading tool that assists you. I'm going to have a closer look at this, not on this page. I'm going to now single page view, and I'm going to page 37 so I can explore this better with you. Okay, on page 37, at the bottom, I'm just going to zoom Okay, there is a culture spot. Okay, we have Poppy here giving us our culture spot about the British royal family. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the first two sentences here. Okay, and now I'm going to explore this reading tool with you. So now I'm going to click on this reading tool. And what it's going to do is it's going to open up a section of the text that I selected. So I selected those two sentences from the text, and now I'm going to click play.
King Charles III is the King of the United Kingdom. His wife is Camilla Parker Bowles and she is the Queen.
Okay, so it did the reading for me. I was able to listen, but I thought that was a bit too fast, don't you? What I can do is click on this symbol here on the side of the play button, okay? And here I can control the speed of the reading, okay? We have faster to the right side. Here we have a little rabbit, and slower to the left side with the turtle. So I'm going to go back here, okay? And this time I would like a female voice to read the text to me. Let's try again.
King Charles III is the King of the United Kingdom. His wife is Camilla Parker Bowles, and she is the Queen.
Okay, so here I'm able to listen to different speeds, to different voices, female or male. I can also go here and I can increase the text if I want to. Okay, I can change the font if necessary. There's also a tool here that allows me to explore the grammar, the parts of speech. So for instance, if I just want to focus on the verbs in this text, I can go here and they will appear in red. Okay. Or if I want to focus on the nouns, here we go. Okay, and they appear in purple. All right, I'm going to remove that now. And also, it is possible, if necessary, to translate the text into 80 different languages thanks to the help of artificial intelligence. Okay, so let's say I have some international students, they are from Italy, and now I need this text to be translated into Italian. Let's try that now. Done. And now let's listen.
Re Carlo III è il re del Regno Unito. Sua moglie è Camilla Parker Bowles ed è la regina.
All right, so again, a very useful tool for reading to assist your students, to support your students, to create more inclusive classrooms, okay? We can, again, alter the speed, alter the type of voice we want. We can even alter the language. We can change all of that with this fantastic and amazing reading tool that is available here. So on the one hand, we have explored some of the features of the digital students book, but I do have to say that the interactive students book, I'm going to close this now, is, like I said at the beginning, going to be your best friend. Now we're going to explore the interactive teachers students book so that you can make the most of it in your classroom. Let's have a go. So before we were having a look at the digital students book, and now we're going to click on the first one, which is the interactive students book. Now I want to continue focusing on unit 2. Like all units, presents normally a video of or picture of a film that is intended to, again, motivate students. And you can start by asking them if they've ever seen this film, if they know what it's about, okay? If you'd like, you can even show them, again, the double page photo for them to get a better idea. You can even ask them about house objects, for example, okay? So they're in the bedroom. What do you see? We see a bed. Here we have a lamp. There's a bedside table, okay? So just make the most of the resources in your project as you go along. Something else that you can do, and this is a new feature available, the interactive picture. So I'm going to click on it now. And what this is going to do is it's going to give me a full view, full vision of the photo and all of its elements. Okay, so again, you can explore it as I suggested before. How many people are on the bed? What do you see? A bed, a bedside table, etc. And then there are still some additional features here with these little symbols. If you click over these symbols, they will lead you to then, they will direct you to, in this case, a video related to the theme, a song about this film in particular. It's the soundtrack, actually. Over this icon here, this will then lead you to a quiz and more quizzes, Kahoot over here, and then some additional information at the bottom. Okay, so this is something you can explore with your students. Again, if you have time, it's a different way of exploring the photo. Okay, so lots of features here, lots of exploration. And if you go to the bottom of the page, there is some more to assist you. There are videos, kids speak up. And basically the videos are about, they're generally two students who are being interviewed and used to introduce the different themes. Okay, so let's have a quick look at this now.
My parents are Jane and George. My mother is a teacher and my father is a doctor. I've got a sister and a brother. My sister is 12 years old and my brother is 7. We've got a pet. Our pet is a cat. Her name is Lily.
Okay, so you get the general idea. This is just one example of the kids speak up. And what you could do from here, even though it's going to ask another question, what are your favorite clothes, is once they've seen that video, you can then elicit information about them. So talk about your family, okay? So they'll have, after they've watched this video, for instance, it can serve as some inspiration, and they will have about 5 to 10 minutes to create something similar to then present to the class. Why not? Okay, so all of this information, the interactive photos, as well as the interactive pictures, as well as the speak up videos, they are all used to consolidate what's been taught in the first cycle, okay, to understand what they already know, and also for them to have an understanding of what they're going to learn. Let's have a look at another video on page 42. So I'm going to put the number 42 up at the top there. Here we go. And it is also about this film. It's about Cheaper by the Dozen. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the video here, and it's not going to take me out of the interactive students book. It's actually going to open up on a separate tab. And that's what makes this a very practical tool to use, okay? You don't have to close your interactive students book and then open up another tab and then go back and look for the page you are on now. It does it for you to make it easier. And I'm going to show you this video so that you can notice while I'm activating, well, the subtitles in English are there, and I'm going to deactivate them, I'm going to remove them. I can also add subtitles in Portuguese, and I'll be doing that as the video goes along. So let's have a look at this video and how we can make the subtitles work or not to our advantage.
Welcome to our family. We're the Bakers, a big, beautiful family. We're definitely different.
I'm fine.
Okay, first we should explain how we got here. Kate and I met in college, falling in love and having a surprise ending. While there was nothing more exciting than being parents, Kate got a lot less excited about being married to me. I dreamed big and bought a diner, which is where I met Zoe.
The sauce is fantastic.
Okay, so as you can see, to activate the subtitles, to put them in English or Portuguese, all you have to do is click on these 3 dots at the bottom, and you can make those changes when necessary. I'm going to close this tab, and here we are back on page 42 where I was previously. I am now going to page 36 so I can show you some more fun elements of the interactive students book. So again, I'm exploring the topic of family here, and what I can do is I can go to the workbook over here. If I access here, it says WB page 14. It'll lead me, it'll direct me towards the workbook, the exercises in the workbook. If I scroll further down here, we have some exercises to complete. Exercises here that can be corrected with something new, which is the answers being shown once at a time. So after exploring Owen's family tree, we go back to this exercise and it says that Harry is Owen's, okay, let's put father. His is Sophia, that would be mother. Gilbert and Amelia are Owen's. It seems that they are the grandparents, okay? But I'm going to write grandmother just to see what happens, okay? And now, how would I do this? The students are working together, they're doing this exercise, and then at the end, I can correct with them step by step. So this is a novelty here, is that I can correct it with them by going here at the bottom. I can click on creating or validating all of the answers, or I can go here where it says all answers at once, or here step by step, and here refresh. So what I want to do is I want to accompany my students in correcting their work step by step. So I'm going to use the third symbol here, and that will correct each answer individually. I wrote the first three, and then it will show one by one. If not, I go here to the second one if I want them to see all the answers, and there they are, okay? And it's done. If I click on the first one, what was correct, what wasn't correct, so they can also see what's correct will be in a green box, and what is incorrect will be in a red box, okay? So again, this new feature here, this third symbol, in which students will visualize the answers one by one exercise after another. If ideally you want to further explore family vocabulary, this page here will lead you to the Kids Help. We're going to do that now. Okay, and in their Kids Help book, they will have exercises to do, okay? Practice about family members. Now, this is how it will appear to the teacher, all right, in your interactive students book. If we go to the next page, there's more to see about family members. And this is something new as well, okay? So in the students Kids Help book, what happens is they will have this QR code in which they will be able to translate this vocabulary, Portuguese, English, it's available in French, Ukrainian, and Spanish, okay? So what they do is they will be able to translate using the QR code here. If you would like to give it a go, all you do is click here, Kids Help Vocabulary. All right, it will open, and as you can see, Portuguese, it has a translation to Portuguese, but let's say I have some international students from Spain. I click on that, and now I have the information available in Spanish. So this is an additional feature that will work to your advantage, especially if you're working with international students and, again, inclusive classrooms. And speaking of family members, did you know that Harry Styles has got a sister? Well, we're about to find out more on page 55. So here I am at the top. I'm going to insert the digits. 55. I'm going to scroll down at the bottom. Okay, so here we can see a page dedicated to reading and Harry Styles, for that matter, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to explore the text a little bit more, okay? So here's the text about Harry Styles. And what you can do, opposed to reading it with your students, is you can listen to it, okay? So you can listen to it, have your students listen to it as you go along. And here we're going to see just that.
Harry Styles. This is Harry Styles. He is a famous British singer and actor. Harry is a kind and friendly person. He makes people around him happy.
Okay, so as you notice, the text is being highlighted as you are listening, okay? So this is also great guidance for students as they accompany what they hear as they read. You also have the option of slow speed available. Let's see what that looks like.
Harry Styles. This is Harry Styles. He is a famous British singer and actor. Harry is a kind and friendly person.
Okay, so a bit slower to again guide and to have your students follow what they are reading. You also have some words that might be unfamiliar territory to your students, for instance, good mood. So what you could do is you could click on this and it would give you the translation for you to fully understand what you're reading. And all of the reading texts in the interactive students book of the project are also accompanied by animated text. Okay, so if I scroll down to the bottom of the page and I have here an animated text, and I'm just going to briefly show you what it is.
This is Harry Styles. He is a famous British singer and actor. Harry is a kind and friendly person. He makes people around him happy. Harry is also extroverted because he likes to laugh and tell jokes.
Okay, so you get the idea. This is the exact same text that the students read above, but now it's in a video format. Again, this project is full of videos to engage students, to make them pay more attention. We all know that they love videos. So yet another type of video that is included in the project here. And as you saw, it was basically the information that we read atop from Harry Styles. And as a follow-up activity, what you could do here, for instance, is you could use the thumbs up and thumbs down paddles that are available in your Hey You 5 box. And you could ask students questions about what they saw. For instance, at the beginning here, I don't know if you remember.
Interested in fact. This is
Okay.
Harry Styles.
Once this has been produced and shown, what you could do is you could ask students, for instance, you can say, Harry Styles is holding a piano at the beginning of the video. And they would have to show thumbs up if it's true or thumbs down if it's false. And then you would go further along the video to explore. And that is just something else you can do with this video, as we're going to see with other videos along the project. So this text on Harry Styles is all in the present simple. But let's say I want to explore the present continuous. I'm going to go up at the top and I'm going to insert the digits 7 and 8. It's page 78. And here we have our grammar page on present continuous. As you can see, the explanations are very clear. The boxes are in different colors, which also makes it appealing for students, considering that most of us are all very visual learners, okay? We have, again, additional exercises here on the right, okay? The inclusion book, the workbook for students, okay? Additional exercises to then work on once you've explored the present continuous. And if you scroll further down, yet another video. And this video is very particular. It's brand new. It's different from the other ones in the sense that it has some explanations and some exercises as you will see the video as the video goes along. Here at the bottom, you can see where the video kind of breaks and when you will have those pauses for different type of information about the present continuous, or even these little circles here in which students will have to complete a task. All right, but let me just show you a little bit about that so you can have an idea.
Adam, John, and Susan are at home. The boys are playing football outside, but today Susan is not playing with her brothers. She's watching TV. Pay attention to the verb forms. These verbs are in the present continuous. We use the present continuous to talk about actions that are happening at the moment of speaking. Let's get started. How do we form the present continuous? Look at the examples. She's watching.
Okay, so this is an example of explanation using examples of the present continuous. Okay, it's going to go step by step in the affirmative, and in the negative, it's going to explore giving real context situations. Okay, if I go further to the right here, just wanted to draw your attention that once again, these videos, these grammar videos are available not only with English subtitles. You can deactivate them, or you can have them available in Portuguese, Spanish, French, and Ukrainian translations if you wish. Okay, I'm just going to go further along the video. Okay, I'm going to fast forward. I'm going to go over here just so you can have an idea of how the exercises work. Okay, so again, the explanation
For
will run
example,
here.
swim, swimming. Time to check it.
Okay, so it reached the first little dot there, okay? Time to check it, and the video will pause. And what you do then is you will prepare your students for a question. You can have them do this in pairs or small groups, and you will click here at the top, question 1. And there is a question about the present continuous, okay, in which students must complete. So they are running would be the correct answer. You validate very well. If necessary, you repeat. If not, you just close this and press play.
The subject, they, is the third person plural, so we use are. The verb, run, ends in consonant plus vowel plus consonant, so we double the n and add ing. The correct answer is are running.
Okay, and then you would have other moments for students to interact and do more exercises, okay, where these little circles are, these little dots at the bottom, okay? So it's also easy for you, the teacher, to follow the video and to understand where the explanations will terminate and where the exercises will come, okay, because they have these breaks along the video. Again, they are translatable, or you can activate and deactivate the subtitles if you wish. And a follow-up activity, for instance, to this video could possibly be having students mime, for instance, a sport in the present continuous. Okay, so you've explored the present continuous. We saw the example in the video of how they were playing football at the beginning of the video. So you could have students mime a sport in the present continuous, okay, for other students to guess. She is swimming. You are playing badminton. He is doing karate. Okay, so this is just another idea, another activity that you can do with your students after you've explored the present continuous. So I'd like to also briefly add that there are additional videos apart from this one in the project. We saw a grammar video, but there's something similar. Again, we have lots of videos and different differentiated resources in this Students Interactive book, and that's why I told you it's a wonderful tool. I'm going to now go to page 41 so you can see another type of video, which is grammar and action. Okay, so here we have the verb have got in the present simple, and here on the right side, again, we have suggestions for the workbook, the inclusion book, and now grammar in action. And this grammar and action, we're going to look at it just a little bit.
Hello, my name is Rose, and I have got a big family. I have got a half-brother, Leo, and a little sister, Mia. Leo has got a turtle. Mia has got a lot of toys. She is only 5 years old. My mother has an...
Okay, so you get the idea. This is the use of grammar in real context. Okay, use of the verb have got in context to make it easier for students to understand when they would use it and how they would use it, in fact, okay? So again, this is just another suggestion, another video that's out there that's within the project. And then from here, you can do many things. For instance, why not then report back to the class the information that she is saying about Leo and Mia, for instance, and have them once again use those paddles, thumbs up, thumbs down, for true or false statements. Rose has got a sister, or Rose hasn't got a half brother, and students would answer using the paddle. So that's just another follow-up activity that you can use with the grammar and action videos. Now we're on page 25, and we're going to have a look at a speaking activity. Here we have a dialogue about a birthday, or birthday questions for that matter, with dates. And what students would do is they would listen to the information available here on the side, the normal version of the recording, or the slower version, again, to help all students. and they would have to complete the dialogue. Once that's done, why not check out a speaking karaoke video to help them and to practice the dialogue that they've just read. Let's have a look.
Stella, how old are you?
I'm 10. And you?
I'm 10 too. When is your birthday?
Notice how, as the dialogue is running along, we have highlighted expressions that are important expressions, the ones that they must focus on when creating their own dialogue.
It's on the 12th of October. When is your birthday?
It's on the 25th of January.
So in this part of the video, basically, you would choose 2 students and they would have to reproduce the dialogue that has just been watched, that has just been shown to the class, okay? You can do this with your class, calling 2 students to the front of the class or having them do this aloud, or you can use this wonderful tool that you can find at the bottom of this page, okay? It is the recorder. We talked about this earlier on, and now it is here. And basically what this does is this records the dialogue so that they can hear themselves and what they've just said, okay? So for instance, we can check that out now. For instance, we can try. I'm going to record something very quickly. Hello and welcome to the Hey You 5 project. Okay, and now save the file here at the top and I would be able to listen to it. Hello and welcome to the Hey You 5 project. Okay, and that's how the recorder works. Students find this very fun, and especially because sometimes they don't even recognize that they're listening to their own voice and doesn't sound like them at all. Okay, so this wonderful tool is at the bottom of the page once you have explored yet another video, and this time speaking karaoke. We are now on page 51, where we have a writing task, okay? In the same way that we have a guided model to help our students during the speaking activities, we want to do the same with the writing activities, okay? So what we have here is a text about a family, and Jamie shares some information about his family, and again, you would be able to listen to the text.
This is my family. My dad, David, is 46 years old. My mum, Emma, is 45 years old.
Okay, so again, each section that is being read is highlighted to help the students follow what they listen to. Also, we have different colors here to guide them in terms of what is important when writing such a text. Okay, so we have the information of dad, mum, and then sister, for instance, in red, the name. We have the age in blue. We have additional information such as jobs in yellow, physical description in green, and so on and so on. You can also then, once you've explored that, use a video help for further assistance, where they will explain in a detailed manner how the writing was carried out and what you can do to have a successful writing task.
Some students are participating in an online project called Our Families. Jamie is writing his text on the school virtual wall. He starts with a simple introduction.
This is my family.
Then he introduces his family members.
My dad, David, is 46 years old. My mum,
and so on until the text that we just saw at the top is fully written here. Okay, so this is what it would look like. And there's, again, a guided explanation to assist students to carry out a successful writing task. This resource and all other video helps are also available in different languages and multilingual. Okay, just go to the 3 dots here to change and see that option. From here, what we could do, for instance, follow-up activity. Well, let's say we can we can have this text as is, and maybe we can revisit parts of speech, because that's always something challenging for your students. So what you would do is you can probably divide your class into small groups, and this is going to be the group of nouns. This is going to be the group of verbs, and this is going to be the group of adjectives, and this is going to be the group of possessive determiners, for instance. And each group has their own part of speech, which they must look at this text and identify, and then share the ideas with the rest of the class. So the group of the verbs will present the verbs that they saw in this text. For instance, is, have got, and basically those two, and then so on, you get the idea from here. So again, just another resourceful video like the many other ones available in this project. So as we've seen, the interactive students book is going to be very useful in your lesson planning and as you go along the school year, okay? Something else that's going to be extremely, extremely useful for you, and that's really important for teachers who want to use and explore resources and resources of their own, are the classes here at the bottom, okay? I mentioned this at the beginning of the presentation, and now we're going to go and look into this with more depth, okay? So I'm going to click over where it says Aulas. Okay, and in this section here, the best thing about this and the main advantage I would say is that teachers do not waste any time adding resources or changing the format of the lesson, and we're going to see just that, okay, the lesson sequencing. So let's say I'm going to go here and I want to open again the lesson on family because that's what I've been working on. Okay, I just simply click here and it gives me how long the lesson will be and the summary, iniciar, and it's going to open the lesson plan for me. Okay, this would be the first page. If you go to the top left-hand corner, you can also click here on these three lines and it will show you a display basically of the sequence of everything that is involved in this lesson plan, okay? Or if you'd like, you can also go to the right-hand side here and you can go to the next page and to the next page and to the next page, so on. I'm going to close my lesson plan now and going to just show you the other features available. So I'm going to go here now because I want to edit this lesson plan. I don't want it as is, I want to edit. So I'm going to open that little box there, okay? And here we have the class. It's already duplicated. And then I'm going to go to this little kind of star sign tool here, okay, for editing. I click on it, I click editar, and then it's going to open up the lesson plan. And this is where the magic happens, let's say. This is where I can create resources of my own. I can change whatever I need, okay? Let's say I don't want to do this part here. I can eliminate that. I can then come down here and I can add additional resources or files. I can even link it to another resource. So what you would do then is you would record here, lesson has been updated, and then it is ready for you to share with fellow colleagues or even students, okay? Let's say a student has missed that class for some reason because they were ill. You are able to share this then, this whole lesson and all the wonderful resources with your students for them to understand what was taught that lesson. And even you can even send it to your students as a way to consolidate and to revise, to get ready for a test, for instance. Send them the lesson that you've just created as well. Again, all editable, all very easy, very intuitive and practical at your fingertips. So I hope with today's webinar, I was able to demonstrate just how user-friendly and intuitive Aula Digital really is. It's also worth highlighting that the interactive students book is a great time saver. for you and your lessons, and it's highly engaging for students, as we've seen through the examples. And in addition to this, the interactive classes that we've briefly discussed just here at the end are also a great support for teachers. Okay, so all in all, more accessible contents for everyone, especially you. Okay, on behalf of Stage 2 and on behalf of Hey You 5 project, thank you for joining me today, and I hope to see you next time.
Lei Educação, um ponto de encontro